Hello and welcome for a new broadcast of the WCS League Mégane here from Interlagos. My name is Menno Klont and today I'm your commentator and cameraman. And yeah, so we're in Interlagos. Well, I'm changing a bit of my game sounds. And we've just started qualifying, so we're going on board with some of the drivers. Let's see who's currently on the lap. We just started, so we have around 13 minutes to go in qualifying. Well, I'm asking some people to check if the broadcast is alright. We are now on board with Niranjan Kumar. Niranjan Kumar had quite a great race 2 weeks ago in Megané WCS, and he looks pretty fast today, so let's see what it will bring for him. We are in rainy conditions and it will be very difficult for everybody, of course. See the car searching for grip. Difficult grip, but looks like it's quite a decent lap from Niranjan Kumar from India. Slides a bit here, slides a bit. It's a bit of fighting with the car, but what will be his time? I think he will go to pole position. I think he will be the first one to set a time. So strategy wise, I think it's pretty good he started the test. While we've now got Yuri Kasdorp for now on pole position with Jason Muscat now in P2. What is Niranjan doing? Niranjan doing only 42. So he's now in P3. Not the best of laps. So everybody is now trying to set some decent times. I'm getting confirmation if it's good. Joshua Jones went to place 13 now, so not a very good lap from him. But we've got Konrad Sedebiec now currently in P3. So we've got Yuri Kasdorp, who is making his debut today, currently in P1, and Konrad Sedebiec, who also is making his debut today in P3. So very interesting of those two drivers, actually what they do. And I'm still checking how the volume is. So yeah, we've got quite a good grid of 24 cars today, so if they are started it will be quite something actually. And yeah, I'm on board now with Konrad Sedebiec, which of course I practice on the name. Going a bit wide. I believe this is not his qualifying lap, but his out lap, second out lap. So for now, it's Yuri Kasdorp on pole position in the multiverse. Jason Muscat does that well. Let's see. Yuri Kasdorp crashed, I see, and See if it works better now. Rudy is driving again, and Jason Muscat is already in P2, so it's really interesting. So for now, after around 7 minutes of qualifying and a very absent commentator because he's still fixing things, it's Yuri Kastorp on pole position with Jason Muscat in P2, Roy Skelton in P3, with Matthew Williams in P4, with Konrad Zerebiec in P5, with Tobias Olsen, he is returned as well in P6, with Wesley Stefano in P7, with Josh Downer in P8, Eric Stanford in P9, and the top 10 for now is in the hands of Roy Verzal. Remains me, I have one question now: will it be worse or will it be better the upcoming 7 minutes? Because if it's getting worse, the qualifying, I think this will be more or less the running order of the race. But if it's getting a bit drier, which of course I hope for the people, that we can see some last improvements. So we shall see. I'm now currently on board with Gerrit de Vries. Gerrit de Vries just helped me with the settings of the broadcast, so he was a bit delayed. So now we will give him a few minutes of fame, which I think he deserves. Gerrit improved a lot over the course of last season and this season, and yeah, he showed 2 weeks ago that he is a force to be reckoned with. Of course, not overall really the fastest guy, but he knows what he's doing, and yeah, it will be very interesting what he will do in the race. I think you can write him down that he can, of course, get some points out of both races if everything is going alright, but we shall see. You can see Gerrit searching for grip as well, but it looks quite a neatly balanced car and actually very good. So I see some improvements actually from people, and Konrad Zerebiec jumped to P2. So now this is very, very interesting, because if Konrad can improve, then I think others can as well. So that would mean that it's not getting wetter out there. So yeah, that's very interesting. It might have something to do with the trial running of the drivers, because it could be, and I'm just guessing, that some people were on wets and say, hey, it's dry enough for slicks, and they're just now trying slicks and find it better, or the other way around. So it's very interesting. But it's really, well, it's not strange, but it's really funny that we've got 2 new guys now in 1 and 2 in the qualifying. And Matthew Williams only in P6. But I think Matthew is not having a problem with this, but I think the main problem for Matthew is that he's 1.6 seconds down on pole position. So I guess the likes of Matthew Williams or Tobias Olsen, Wesley Stefano, and Kumar just want to have that 1 lap in, and then they will be very happy. Let's see how happy Gerrit de Vries will be. Can do. Currently don't have a timer with us. It's a bit unfortunate. But where will he jump to? I think it might be the top 15 or not. He will jump to P15, and something happened. Oh, Adam Osgood joined. So that happened. So we now got 24 drivers. actually quite a decent lap for David Baranek, who's now in P5. So that's actually a pretty decent lap if you've been put in now in P5. But of course we've got 3 minutes to go. And I've got a feeling we will see even faster laps in the last 3 minutes. Let's see how people will time it. Let's follow Matthew Williams now. You nearly drifting. We have a 25th car joining, so it will be a full house, a full grid, which is great to see, of course. And you see Matthew Williams searching for grip. It's quite awesome to see a driver, even if it's a sim racing driver, to work the car, actually to get everything out, to find the limit of the car. That's something I personally really like. And that's what Williams shows, but will he show it in lap time as well? Because I think top 6 is, of course, well, it's pretty decent if you have a good grip, but I think the time he's behind the pole position will not be to his liking. We shall see. Well, Roy Scholten really gets close to the P2 of Conrad Zierby. It's only in P3, but so close in lap time. We now have Matthew Williams. What will he do? Will he jump? He will jump. Oh, he only wins 1/10, so it's not looking super. Well, we've got Josh Downer just gone. Well, we're now looking at Roy Scholten. Scholten is he's waiting. I think Roy will search a gap. You can clearly see it. He's waiting. Looking behind him. He knows he's got one flyer to do it. He's waiting. You can see him search a gap. He's waiting. I think he will go after this one. He's still waiting. He's waiting. Yes. Very interesting strategy. I think quite smart actually. He's got one flyer. Well, Dan Hutt jumps into P8, so awesome lap from Dan Hutt. I think that was really good from Dan Hutt actually. Well, we've got Roy Versel in P6. Yeah, he was a bit off, but in the end he now is P6 and jumps Matthew Williams into P7. We've got people jumping, so that means the track is getting drier. Very interesting what will happen now, because actually I would say the one that will start the lap the latest could potentially have the biggest improvement. Well, we've got Eric Stanford up to 2, and we've got Matthew Williams in P1. He does it then, after not such a good lap. His second lap was good enough for pole. We just missed that because in all my honesty, I didn't believe he would be a force to reckon with in qualifying, but yeah, he does it with quite a good lap. But do the others have anything to say? Well, we see Roy Scholten working really hard. I think he's on an improvement as well. It looks good and tidy. Peter Jones to P5 for Adonis Engineering. What a lap from him then. But what can the rest do? Roy Versel to P3. We're missing it all. Oh. What will happen now? You would say Roy Scholten could improve then. Or can he? Oh, this is interesting. We're waiting now for Roy. Roy is somebody who could snatch it away, or maybe not. Will he improve in time? And we see, and oh, he gets pole position with a huge mile. But what will the rest do? We're waiting for the rest. Baranek to 5. Kumar only to P10. Who's coming there? It's Joshua Jones, I think. No. Another one. I think that's the Multiforce. What will the Multiforce do? Jason Muscat to P2. But that lap of Roy Scholten was amazing. Who's coming there? Is it Roy Versel or is it his teammate? And it was Wesley Stefano, and he gets pole! Or does he? Who's coming now? It's another car. Could he get pole? No. Is it Wesley Stefano who gets pole? I think it is. Is it Wesley Stefano? Oh, wow. That was actually amazing. Wow. This is like how you do it. I think Wesley would say. I think Wesley did an amazing call if you look at when he went for it. So he just waited until the dying seconds of the session to start the lap. But I think Wesley and Roy Scoten timed it to perfect and of course did an amazing lap. So this is very interesting. Well, I think 5 minutes ago I would say Yuri Katsov has a good chance to get pole position. It's now only P5, but what a lap and what a what a qualifying. Luckily we weren't here from start to finish, so very interesting. If the qualifying is anything to go for, then I think we are quite happy. Then we will have 2 amazing good races. Well, I'm now restarting the game because I had some minor issues. Well, that was actually very cool to see. Everybody jumping from faster to faster to faster in the last few seconds. Of course, it was an idea that it could happen, but yeah, you need to do it. Then you need to have the right lap at the right time. But of course, they're not real races, but some sim races are very good, and well, they showed that today that they can time it to perfect perfect scenario. And yeah, luckily we were on board with Roy Scoten, and yeah, he did an amazing job, but he couldn't get pole because Wesley Stefano just jumped in. But I think the front row guys will be pretty pleased with how they did. Well, I'm checking some last moment things, so we're now waiting for people to go out in the warm-up session. Warm-up session is 10 minutes long, and yeah, we've got an amazing grid today. Sorry, I'm a bit not responding and not looking into the camera and commentary now, because I'm doing some last minute changes to the broadcast. So yeah, I will be back soon to provide you from the great broadcast. And well, for now we'll give you some onboard footage of the cars in the warm-up session. We'll be back in a few minutes. And we're back. We're back in the last minute of the warm-up session. We're quite soon we're going to race 1 with 25 starters. If we are, well, yeah, having everybody starting. So that's well, quite a good grid actually. So we're quite happy with 25 guys. The main worry for me is that I could not probably introduce everybody on the warm-up lap because yeah, this circuit is so short. So we shall see how we will fix that problem. It's not really a problem, but yeah, the consequence of 25 starters is well, another one is that only the top 15 will get points. So we've got some people that will go away, at least with race 1, with no points. But luckily we've got 2 races, so in theory we could have everybody could get points, if not in race 1 then in race 2. So it's very interesting what will happen, of course. And well, if you ask me, I would personally say that there is always 1 or 2 that will be caught out by the rain. Wow, we've got a huge crash of Joshua Jones. Oh, that was quite a hard crash. But luckily only the cookie broke, and yeah, for the rest Joshua Jones is still quite okay, I believe. Well, he's not pressing the brake, so I don't hope it's too serious. Maybe he's knocked unconscious. Oh no, he pressed escape, so it would be a shame to lose one of the 25 already, of course. If it's Joshua Jones, it would be, of course, yeah, the commentator's curse. So yeah, we're waiting now. Start the first screen. We're actually jumping to the race quite soon. Waiting for the people to line up. They still got around 40 seconds for it. See the first people already appearing there on the grid. They're jumping, waiting for everybody to line up. Some people will leave it late. Waiting for Jesse Muscat, now waiting for Garrett de Vries, and at the 15, 5, 4, Garrett needs to join to get Garrett's there. We're now going to start for the formation lap with Wesley Stefano. Wesley Stefano in pole position. It's a great pole position, timed too perfectly, and yes. Will he be the favorite for the win? Well, yeah, I think he doesn't have the spray, and yeah, in top you can always do quite good things. So a favorite for the race, I think one of the favorites. In P2, it's Royce Colton. Royce Colton is fast in any sort of situation with this Mégane. Interesting what he can do. Jason Muscat, last year's champion in P3, with Matthew Williams, the current championship leader in P4, with Yuri Kastorp, our debut man, looked promising in the testing. He's now in P5 with Roy Verzal in P6. He's got a rocket start Roy. What can he do today? With David Baranek, really good in P7, really good. With Konrad Sidebiec making his debut in P8. Interesting what he can do. I think points is the target. Anything more, it's just a bonus. Peter Jones, an amazing qualifying. He was ill yesterday. He's now feeling much better, and yeah, the best medicine is a top 10 qualifying, so let's see what he can do. With Eric Stanford in P10, well done Eric. With Niranjan Kumar only in P11, of course I expected more, but Niranjan is a racer, and I think we will see him up the order quite soon. With Sharon van der Sloot in P12, with decent qualifying. With Dan Hutt in P13, quite well from Dan Hutt. With Garrett de Vries in P14, I said it would be a point scorer possibly, and I think he can do it from P14. With Josh Downward in P15, interesting what he can do. With Tobias Austin, yeah, well, a bit disappointing in P16, but the race is long. With Jack Mayer in P17, hopefully he doesn't win Olympic gold today with a pirouette, a flick-flack and everything. Just solid points will do. With Shane Burke in P18, hunting for points of course, with Joshua Jones in P19, only P19, but he will hunt for the points with Ryan S in P20, with Menno Klont Wopke Hoekstra P21, with Tristan Portes in P22, with Ronald Hood in P23, with Fabian Rudde in P24, and Adam Osgur is at the back of the grid, but what can he do in P25? Everybody is nearing, lining up, waiting. What a grid we have. What a grid. Can't wait. Here the engines revs. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and we're off. What can we do? What can they do? Quite a good start from Wesley Stefano. Who's P2? It's Jason Muscat. Everything looks quite okay. Nice, decent for everybody. This is looking very good, but it's always the second corner that gives problem, and it's again giving problem, and we've got a problem. Oh, I think Roland Hood spun. Yes, of course, it's the second corner that always gives problems. Ryan Ness, Dan Hood with problems. Yeah, what happened there? Just one crash, and with the rain, everybody aquaplaned into each other. So, let's see, what's the biggest damage? Who's the biggest loser out of this? Roy Vassell is the biggest loser. Oh, it's sad for Roy Vassell. And for Eric Stanford and everybody else. But for now, it's Wesley Stefano. Still leading after a good start. With Juri Kastorp already in P2. Well, that's a way to start. Juri Kastorp in P2 with Roy Schouten in P3 and David Baranek. Yes, he is one of the guys that took a very careful first lap, but he takes well, quite a good position out of it for now. With Jason Muscat now in P5. Tobias Olsen in P6. What? Tobias Olsen in P6? How did he do that? How did he do that? Because he was around P15, so that is amazing what he did actually. So, but for now, Wesley Stefano leads after 1 lap of the wet Interlagos, but he is being hunted by Juri Kastorp. And we're now on board with Juri Kastorp in the Multiverse. Oh, and Wesley Stefano runs a bit wide, I think. Yes, you can see Juri is much better out of this corner, but yeah, he's working it as well. You can see the sliding on board with Juri. He is working it like it should. Interesting what happens. Looks that Roy Schouten can't follow for now, but yeah, it's for now. Not sure what will happen later on. Well, Juri Kastorp looks pretty racy today. I'm not sure if he's racy every time. It's the first time he's driving at WCS. Interesting what he can get out of the car. He's running a bit wide, He gives it now a bit of a chance of Juri. Juri gets into his inside, no, but there's not enough room, not enough momentum, and he still leads Wesley. And I think now is the time that Roy Schouten can get some time back out of Juri and Wesley, because if those two are going to battle, I think Roy Schouten can improve, well, close the gap actually. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 Baranek, 5 Muscat. Top 5 is gone with 6 Williams, 7 Olsen, 8 Mayer, 9 Sirbiet. Sirbiet is going to overtake Mayer. And we've got some other guys now. Oh, it's a big group here with Niranjan Kumar and Tristan Portes. Oh, they nearly hit each other. Oh, and a bit of rallying here. It's rush hour here. We're on board with Sherman van der Sloot, and look at everybody. They're fighting really hard. But to break offline is of course very difficult. Niranjan Kumar is looking, he's struggling a bit, but not sure. Niranjan is trying everything. And look at the speed Sharon had. Sharon needed to go offline because he had so much overspeed. Interesting group of drivers here. Do we have already one that retired? Let's see it on the sticker tape. I think everybody is still driving. Oh, we've got somebody going off. It's Roland Hutt. Roland Hutt, aquaplaned off. And I believe another one as well. And we've got Peter Jones out. Peter Jones was really good in P10 or P9 in qualifying. He already is out. Oh, this is of course devastating for Peter Jones. We've got Sherman van der Sloot trying to overtake Fabian Bruder. He's trying. Not yet. This is a nice group. Now on board with Fabian Bruder. Oh, it's so close, but it works. Oh yeah, a slight hit. You can expect it from those cars. The cars can take a hit. While we still have Wesley Stefano leading, but this battle is actually very cool to watch actually. So let's just stay here. Oh, and a little bit of a hit from, who was it? Sherwin on Fabian, but nothing big. So we're now going back to the leading couple. So it's still Wesley. Then it's Yuri Kasdorp in P2 with Roy Schouten in P3 with David Baranek in P4 with Jason Muscat in P5. Top 5 is really doing pretty decent. And Konrad Sierebiets is in P6, so he overtook championship leader Matthew Williams. So makes me wonder, is it not the day of Matthew Williams today? We shall see. Well, Konrad Sierebiets run wide and did give a chance to Williams. Will he do it? He goes to the inside, but no, this is quite a fast corner. You need to have, well, need to be brave to pass him here, but Matthew Williams tries to pass him and he repasses Konrad Sierebiets for P6. Nice fight, and also very nicely done from Konrad Sierebiets, because this is also his debut. Of course, we look at Yuri making his debut and doing amazingly well in P2, but P7 of course is something you want to mention as well. Very good. With Jack Mayer now in P8, looks very good for Jack Mayer now as well. We're just down in the P9, they will love it, with Gary de Vries now in P10, Shane Burke P11, Dan Hutt in P12, Sherwin now in P13, Tristan and Roy now in the last point positions. It's of course it is a question of how the tire will be, because it could be that somebody can preserve the tires a lap longer, or get more out of it a lap longer, and then if that is somebody of the top 5, they can easily win 1 or 2 seconds in that lap. So it will be very interesting what everybody can do strategy wise. But it looks like Yuri Kasdorp can easily follow Wesley Stefano. Now inside the cockpit, this is actually a helmet cam, and yeah, looks very good from Yuri. Let's see if he goes for the pass later on, or maybe this is just making sure you don't warm up the tires too much and warm them. But now he's on the inside, he's got a good exit, he's next to it. Will he do it? Will do it from the outside. Wesley should keep this because he's got the inside. Oh! And Yuri nearly lost it, but what a save! And now we're on board with Roy Schouten, because Roy Schouten will have a tow as the enormous slipstream. What can he do? Roy Schouten couldn't follow at the first 2 laps, I think, but now he is close, and don't count him out. But now we've got a run from Yuri Kasdorp. Yuri Kasdorp will overtake Wesley. Now he's got the inside, so I would say he will make it, but he can brake on the dry part. Will he do it? He will do it. Yes, he will do it. Yuri Kasdorp takes the lead in lap 6 of 23. So interesting. Wow, Matthew Williams sets the new fastest lap, so it still can be the day of Matthew Williams, but winning, I'm not so sure. Let's see if Yuri now can pull away, and what can Roy Schouten do? Just interesting. While we've got Jack Mayer, and I think that might be planned. It might be an idea for him, from him, that he pitted early because he thinks the tires are good enough now, and maybe he was on rain tires and now switches to dry tires. If this works out, it can be a potential gold mine for Jack Mayer, but of course we need to see later. He's the first of the pitters. It's always risky, but sometimes it pays out, so he should get a point for at least being brave enough to try this. But yeah, this will take pretty long. Well, we now see Royce Holton isn't close enough, I think, for a pass on the straight. And we've got Baranek and Muscat still battling. Muscat in P5 is pretty good, but of course he wants the podium. But Baranek is also a guy which I should say he's doing an amazing job in this race. But I fear he will be passed now. Will he be passed now? He will be passed now by Jason, but does it stick? Does it stick? It doesn't stick. It does stick. It does stick. It doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. No, it doesn't stick. So great driving from both of them. But Baranek keeps ahead for now. Matthew Williams now in P6. Kornatzi the beats in P7. Just down on P8. Dan Hut in P9. Very good from Hut. Schamberg in P10. Showman P11. Roy P12. Gary de Vries P13. Niranjan now only in P14. Joshua Jones P15. Ronald Hood in P16. Tristan Potter 17. Rode 18. Oscar 19. Hoekstra 20. Nash 21. Mayer 22. Stanford 23 with Olsen second retirement. Too bad Olsen is out. And of course Peter Jones already was out as the first retirement. Well, I want to see how much the gap is between Yuri Kasdorp and like somebody like Jack Mayer, who just pitted for his, well, yeah, for his mandatory pit stop. Because I will wonder how big the gap is actually. Well, I see Gary de Vries pitting, so, and Madame Osgood pitting, so they are thinking, no, we need to go now as well. Yeah, Jack Mayer is one lap down, but that's because the pit stop is also quite long. Well, I see Royce Holton past Wesley Stefano, we missed that. Interesting, and now we've got Jason Muscat next to Baranek. Well, he's trying every way, but Baranek says, no, Muscat, I will show you how I can battle, and I want to have a top 5 position, or at least a top 4 position. Well, the gap is actually getting quite big between Kasdorp and Schouten at the moment. While Jack Mayer passed Adam Osgood and Garrett de Vries in the pits. And Garrett was quite good. So it might be a good call from Jack Mayer. We shall see later on. I see Shane Burke just overtook, just downward there, just in with Dan Hut, just following those two. Let's go on board with Dan Hut, because he can see those two battling in front of him. Oh, just Dan Hut is searching for the gap, but he doesn't get the gap. Royce Holton gets a new fastest lap. Interesting, so he gets time out of Yuri Kasdorp now. Is that because of tire wear, or yeah, was it just not a perfect lap for Yuri? Interesting. We see Dan Hut braking pretty late. He's just as well, and yeah, he's in a top 10 position, but we shall see where he will end up after the pit stops. Well, I now think that Judy Custer is having a few tenths out of Roy Scott in this lap. But we shall see. We're getting closer and closer to the pits, mandatory pit stop for everybody. So I think that will be around lap 10 to 12 when we see everybody pit. Waiting for another lap to pass, and then we completed 9 laps out of the 23. 26. Well, we now have Jason Muscat passing Baranek, so Baranek now P5, and Matthew Williams is actually going pretty fast in this in 6th position. He's getting time out of the rest, but he's already 11 seconds down on the leader, so I'm not sure if this will be a race win for him. I guess not, but he can still get the points. And of course we got 2 races. And we're going to look now at the people that are not in the points. Currently not in the points would make a pit stop: Eric Stanford, Adam Osgur, Garrett de Vries not in the points, Jack Mayer not in the points, but I guess, like with Garrett, Jack Mayer could potentially be in the points when everybody did a pit stop. Ryan Nash, P90 not in the points, Rudder, unfortunately not yet in the points, Tristan Potter not yet in the points, with Rink Hoekstra not yet in the points. From Niranjan on, everybody's in the points, but Niranjan is in now, and will that hurt him? I fear it will. Rink is now in P15, you can see. So, the question is now, when will Yuri pits? When will Roy pits? Well, I see there is a change. I think there is a problem, or not, because Jason must have passed Wesley Stefano. I think Wesley Stefano is making mistakes now. Yes, his lap was really slow compared to what he normally does, and he runs wide. You can see it. I think he's got a tire problem. He needs to cut, but there's Baranek. He's losing P4, and he potentially will lose P5 to Matthew Williams. He does. I think this is a tire problem for Wesley Stefano. He holds on for some laps, but now he's losing. So I think he needs to go pretty soon to the pits. I think he will go at the end of this lap. So he led the race. Looks like there are some problems for Wesley, and it's not his input. His input is unquestioned, but I think there are the grip of the tires. I think the tires are too warm now, and that means they are giving a lot of problem. Currently, it's Judy Custer. Will he win on his debut, or is that a commentator's curse? We shall see. Well, we have Sherwin van der Sloot in. Sherwin van der Sloot is in. That will give P40 to Rink Hoekstra, which I have a feeling that Rink Hoekstra will go late. He will pit late, I think. We shall see. Will Yuri Kastov go to the pits now? If he doesn't go, then we look at what will happen with Muscat. What will Muscat do? I think Muscat will go then. Will Muscat go? He doesn't go. Interesting. Baranek will not go. Matthew Williams goes. And Wesley doesn't go. Surprising. And Conrad doesn't go. So it's quite an early call from Matthew Williams. I think this is tactical. I think this is smart from Matthew. Just do something else, and then we shall see what will happen in the second part. What will those guys do? What will Dan Hunt do? What will Shane Burke do? Shane Burke, will you pit? No. Dan Hunt will pit. Dan Hunt will pit. Because Dan Hunt doesn't pit. I think Roy Versal might pit as well. Dan Hunt pit. Roy Versal goes on. I've got Joshua Jones spinning. But he can continue. But it's of course very wet there. the pit stop is of course very long. We're waiting for Matthew Williams to drive again. We're currently monitoring as well if something changed, and Matthew Williams is off. That's a long pit stop of course, but everybody has the same problem. So Matthew Williams exits the pits and is in P12. What will the leads do? Yuri continues, Roy continues, Jason Muscat continues, David Barana continues, Wesley Stefano is in. So Wesley Stefano is in. Well, Dan Hutt just drives out of the pits. He is in P15 now. So Jack Mayer jumped Dan Hutt in the pits. Interesting. Well, now we look at what happens at Wesley Stefano. Wesley Stefano, yeah, that will be a long stop of course. But we've got Shaneberg in now. And Shaneberg is in. Josh Downard is in. Professor, yeah, he gets a lot of places, but he still needs to make the pit stop. And Yuri gets some kind of traffic, but no, it's good, no good. But I guess the pits of the one of the leaders will come quite soon. Well, Roy Scholten has a lot of problems with traffic at the moment. Lost a bit, still look very well. Will Yuri pit? Yuri will not pit, Roy will not pit. Surely Jason Muscat will pit now. Will he pit? Yes, he will pit. You can already see the line he's taking. Not taking too much risk. Good. Jason Muscat is on the limiter. And in his pit box. Good. Well, I've hit in. That means that after 14 laps, Yuri Kastrop leads, still needs to make a pit stop. Roy Scholten second, still needs to make a pit stop. Baranek P3 needs to make a pit stop. Konrad Sirabiet P4 needs to make a pit stop. Jason Muscat currently P5, but needs to make a pit stop. Roy Frizzell in from P6. Matthew Williams already made his pit stop, now in P7. Wesley, he jumped Wesley, that's alright, of course, because he was already jumped it before the pit stop. Wesley in P8, Ryan Ness, I think he needs to make a pit stop in P9, with Jack Mayer now in P10, so that will be P9. Maybe the call from Jack Mayer was the right one, but we have still a few laps to go. While Jason Muscat drives away. And he will be ahead of Matthew Williams. He will be ahead. I think he will be ahead. Yes, he will be ahead of Matthew Williams. What will Yuri do? Yuri still doesn't pit. And Roy continues. But what will David do? Will David continue? David continues as well. Conrad continues as well. Jason Muscat now the front runner of everybody who made the pit stop, with Matthew Williams now in 6th position. He also made a pit stop. Mr. Stefano made a pit stop. Nash is doing, of course, great in P8, but we know that's not his true position after the pit stop. Well, we see a problem at Roy Frizzell, a pretty long pit stop. I think there's a problem with Roy Frizzell. Oh yeah, oh no. And he's going away, so P15 now for Roy Frizzell. Will he lose P15? I think it might be... No, he's keeping P15 for now. But it is very interesting. It's very interesting. What will happen now in the pits of the top, the top 4 guys? But because they still need to make the pit stop. Do they do it right because they have so much more percentage of tire life, left, or are they doing it wrong? Are the rest getting so much time back because they're pitting later? Oh, and he nearly lost it. Yuri goes and Roy goes. Roy responds immediately on Yuri Kastrop. This is the race in the pits. Interesting, interesting. Roy was awake, but will David now lead the race? Now David in as well. Conrad in as well. Everybody's in now. Everybody called it. It's now time to pits. David is in. Curtly gets P2 because his grid stop is later. Conrad gets to P2. Hey, what is happening here? Oh, Conrad crashed, but what did he do? What happens with Conrad? Conrad didn't pit. What happens here? I don't know what happens here, but he didn't pit. He just get into the pit and out again. What is this? Interesting stuff. So Conrad now leads, but he didn't make a pit stop. I can't understand what just happened. Did he misbrake himself? And Roy is off. Roy is off. Will he do it? Oh, Yuri is off as well. So Yuri still leads from Roy, and it's a good pit stop from the multi-cross crew, and also pretty good from the others. David needs to wait, so Jason Muscat is passing him. Oh, it will be close between Matthew and David. Who will be the fastest then? Who will be? I think it will be David. It will still be David. Will it still be David? Oh, next to next, it will be close. But Matthew has the tires working next to each other, It will be Matthew. Matthew will have it. Matthew will have it, and he has it. And he brakes. Yes, he's got it. So Matthew is now into P5. Interesting stuff. But we're now going to be on board with Konrad Sirbiek because I'm not sure what happened there. He's going again. What happened there then? Is there a problem with the car? Oh, and he's standing now. But what did that moment cost him? I think that probably cost him a top 5 in the race. We shall see. But Yuri Kastrop, with only 6 laps to go, is going to retake the lead. And there he is. And he's getting the lead right about now. Rescolton to P2 with Jason Muscat in P3. Don't ever say Muscat can't drive, because he shows that on strategy he, well, at least beats Wesley and David now. And oh, the rest. Let's see where Conrad is going to. And Dan Hutt is in P8. Dan Hutt is in P8. He's driving as turner of a race, and really forgetting that he is doing amazing. Jack Mayer in P9. The worry for Jack Mayer is how long will his tires last? Did he not went too early? Conrad is out. Conrad, I mean, not out of the race, but out of the pits in P7. How much did he lose? I think quite something, but he's still in P7. Would be great points for Conrad if he can bring this home. Now got quite a nice battle between. Oh no, it's not a battle. Well, I see there is a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem with Roy Vassal. Problem with Roy Vassal. We're on board. Problem with Roy Vassal. There's a problem. What's? I think there's a throttle problem. Well, we were on board with Roy Vassal. There was a problem. I'm not sure what it was. Wow, you have a new fastest lap from Roy Scotton. Oh, doesn't look too good at the team of Roy Vassal. Not sure what it was. But with 5 laps to go, the current running order is like this. It's Yuri Kastrop in P1. Will he win at debut? Question mark. Roy Scholten in P2. This looks very good for the championship if he can finish in P2. With Jason Muscat in P3. With Matthew Williams in P4, and I must say Matthew Williams' second half of the race looks quite promising. But he is not sure in P4 because David Baranek is driving an amazing race, and he's just passed Wesley because Matthew because Matthew run wide. So it's David back into P4, and well, if you look at the race and how David is driving today, I would personally not have anything against him getting a P4. David is one of the guys we showed today. He is really good. So Matthew now in P5. Can he overtake David again, or is this well, too much today? We'll see now in P6. So the tire problems he had previous look like it's solved after the pit stop. Conrad in P7, drifting all the way. This guy from Poland can drive pretty good, and he showed that today on his debut. And now we've got a great battle between Josh Downer, Dan Hunt and Jack Mayer. And Shane Berg is going to look if he can get involved as well. On board with Dan Hunt, because he just passed by Josh Downer, but can he re-overtake Dan Hunt? We shall see. We have a yellow flag, had a yellow flag, but it looks good. Now I think Downut looks the faster one now. And Dal loses more and more ground to Josh Downut, but of course the P10 position would be amazing for Dan, would be amazing. And he's still focusing on keeping Jack Mayer behind. We still got 23 people in the or 23 drivers in the currently driving in the server, so that's actually pretty good. With Fabian being pretty low. And I'm searching for Nyanjan Kumar. A disaster for Nyanjan Kumar. He looked so promising and fast 2 weeks ago, and even in testing today he looked quite on the pace, but this race is not what he expected him to be, and I fear he will not even get 1 point out of it. We shall see what will happen in the end, but I fear this is not the race of Niranjan. Well, I see a bit of a problem with Roy Scholten. He loses quite a bit of time now to Yuri, so I think Roy will be honest, and I think he will settle for P2. That means he still he still gets a lot of points out of everybody else, except of course for Yuri, but Yuri isn't a championship running driver at the moment, so you can still let him score more points, because Roy will score more points than everybody else, including Matthew Williams, which is one of his main rivals, and he will score more points than Jason Muscat. But of course we're not finished yet, so we shall see what the rest can do. What can Jason Muscat do? I think Jason Muscat will side for P3. Baranek in P4. Is he catching Muscat? Is he catching Muscat? I think he is catching Muscat. Did he take a gamble on tires? Maybe he gambled on tires and thinks, hey, this is the right call, or the wrong call. Because he passed Matthew Williams, and it looks like he is so much faster than Matthew Williams. He drove away. And it looks like, yes, it looks like David might be very smart. And did he do the right call? It would be very interesting to see, of course. We can't see which compound is being used by the drivers now, unfortunately, but we can see that Yuri Kastorp is having everything under control. Sorry for my English pronunciation, because I don't have a co-commentator, I can't focus on everything. I need to look and do the cameras as well. But Roy Scholten is losing more and more time to Yuri. It's not that much, but it's a tenth here and there. Well, Jason Mudcat is now still P3, but David Beranek is getting closer and closer. And if I call it, oh, it's only 2 laps to go. I think that's not good enough for David. I think David cannot do it. Oh, and Jason must get off because there was a spinning car. Oh, that cost Jason some time, and now he runs off. Will it cost him the 3rd position? It will cost him the 3rd position or not? David is next to him. David is next to him. Oh, and they're still. Oh, and Jason goes off again. There's his tires, and now he's in P4. So David, David. Now in P3, I think what happened, Jason went offline, went on the line, but Jason didn't have the grip of the tires because there was a lot of grass still on it, so he went off. So Muscat off the podium, and David on the podium. What a sensational story will that be as well, if David can get P3. And we've got Yuri and David on the podium, I believe both for the first time this season. This is very interesting, but we're not there yet. Because Matthew Williams is still there. Can Matthew Williams do something about Jason Muscat? Maybe, maybe. Oh, Jack Mayer with a problem. Jack Mayer with a problem. He doesn't have the tires, I think, anymore. Oh, they crashed. They crashed. They crashed with down rejoins. Down rejoins. How much will it cost? Nothing, I think. Oh, and Wesley Stefanoff, I think it started raining again. And I believe some people are just on the wrong tire now. Interesting, interesting. Oh, look at Roy Scolton working the car. The rear is not happy with this. You need to be very careful. But can David bring it home to P3? Can Yuri bring it home to first position? Jason is still close to P3. We're waiting. We don't have confirmation how long the race still will be. If it will be a timed race or a lapped race. And we've got Just Download in. Just Download in now. Not enough fuel? Question mark. We got Yuri Castor. Will he get the finish flag, or will he have one more lap to go? Let's see. It will be one more lap to go. So Yuri Castor is now on his final lap, and Roy lost a lot. I think Roy has a big problem with his tires. What can he do? How close is David? David is not close enough. Interesting. Final lap, and the final lap will be a huge lap. Roy's still in P2. David still in P3. Will he get P3? Jason P4. Matthew P5. Wesley P6. Connor P7. Here P8. Shaker P9. And Dan Hunt now P10. But he's having a lot of grip issues as well. While just down at pits, that will cost dearly, I think. I fear. Just down that will, I fear, jump out of the top 15. Where did we see those strangely wet laps at Interlagos before? I believe something which was called Formula 1 in recent years. Well, we've got our own version. Slipping and sliding in Interlagos, provided by WCSLeague.net. But here he is, Yuri Kasdorp, and he will do it. We're going on board with him. He will win a debut for Malta Force. And after the last time Niels Bergman did great things for Malta Force will win again with Yuri Kasdorp. This is amazing. He will win from debut. Well done, Yuri Kasdorp. And he shows that he is the guy that nobody could be today. Oh, Roy Scolton will get P2. And this will be huge for the championship, because I think this will be, well, a big step to the leading position in the championship. Roy Schoten in P2 with David Beranek. Will he get P3? He will be having P3. Yes, he has P3. Well done, David. This must get P4. I think good for the overall results. Matthew Williams P5. He will not be happy with that, but I think it's a decent amount of points. Wesley Stefanov from pole position. He couldn't do it today, but still got a top 6 position. We're waiting for him to finish, and he finished now. Yes. With Konrad Serebiec. Konrad Serebiec getting P7. That will be for him, and his debut will be pretty good. But he knows he doesn't need to drive very fast, he just looks where the rest is. And he's got enough of a gap to finish in P7. So Poland will get P7 with Konrad. He's crossing the line now. P7 for Konrad. Shaneberg will get P8 with 360. Woo! And 9th for Jack Mayer. By the way, Shaneberg will hold. That's 360. And Dan Hut will get the last position into the top 10, and he will have reversed grid pole. Interesting. Dan Hut finished in P10. Another reverse grid pole for Dan Hut with Gerrit de Vries in P11. Well done, Gerrit. Sherwin van der Sloot P12. Roy Vazel P13. Ryan Nash P14. Very good. Well done, Ryan. I thought you will not have points in the end, but you did. And Adam Bozgur, the Turkish guy, in P15. He gets the final point. With Eric Stanford, unfortunately, no points. With Naranjan, no points. And that's quite of a shocker. With Roland Hutt, no points in P18. With Josh Downard, with something at his pit stop. He needed to make a second pit stop. He's now in P19. With Joshua Jones, with a difficult race for him in P20. With Tristan Portis in P21, with Rink Hoekstra in P22, and Fabian Rull in P23. Those were all your finishes, with Tobias Olsen and Peter Jones out of the race. So that was race 1. I'm now currently looking if there is somebody who wants to have a in between races interview. This was an interesting first race, and well, it was quite an intense battle. I think if it was dry, we might have had a even better battle. But yeah, now it was like playing with playing in the wet, and yeah, you saw some drivers were pretty good. But yeah. For now, I will leave for a few moments. I will be back soon, hopefully with somebody to interview, and we will see later. And we're back, and we're going to have some interviews. We will have Yuri Kasdorp, winner of race 1, and Shaneberg.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello, guys.
Yo.
We're currently live on air at the broadcast of the WCSLeague Mégane. Let's start with you, Shane. How was your race?
It was really fun, really crazy. I was kind of brought in last minute. I was meant to replace David, who actually ended up turning up, so I got a spare car or something, so testing was minimal, but that rain and the dry and being on slicks, it made everything just crazy. Kind of disappointed with turn 2 or 3. I was in the spray, couldn't see anything, and all I heard was Sherwin going, "Oh." I was like, why is he saying that? And suddenly it was a wall of cars, and yeah, we all plowed everyone. But I got away luckily with only a bit of damage. But the whole race, it was just so challenging. It was just really, really fun.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like turn 1 was quite decent, but turn 2 was just it is just very difficult. If you're going to slide there, then you will end up on the track. Then it will be difficult, of course. But yeah, you avoid that, and I believe you finished in P8 or something.
I actually don't know. P8, I think, or
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and of course we saw a 360 at the finish, so we will never forget that.
I'm disappointed the finish of that 360 wasn't that good, but the start and middle was nice.
Well, it was quite nice. We have that on board, I believe. so that was quite nice. For race 2, what do you expect?
I don't know. It's the tough choice now between slicks and wets, because it takes so long to change tires that you might struggle on slicks for the first half, but it might come to you at the end of the race, so we have to have a team discussion now and see what we'll go with.
Well, my question then is, you got something to lose?
No, I guess this is my first round, so I can take the gamble where my Simtech teammates, they want to score decent points, so I might be the guinea pig and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I've nothing to lose.
And of course with reverse grid you will start in P3, I believe, so could be very decent, of course.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the interview, Shane. Will we hear from you after race 2, or?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's see. You see you back then. Good luck for the race ahead.
Thank you.
And now we will move on to the winner of race 1. That's Yuri Kasdorp. Hello, Yuri.
Hello.
Well, you did amazing. I mean, you just jumped in. Well, you had pole for a long time, but it got away from you in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and well, yeah, you just jumped on and well, yeah, got whistly. And then I was like, what will he do? And the pit stop, I at least saw you waited very long to make your pit stop, and I saw Roy Schouten, who was chasing you, waiting very long for the pit stop as well. Was that just strategy to wait long for the pit stop?
I was gonna pit 1 lap earlier, but then I requested pit stop a bit too late, so I had to do another lap.
Okay. Because it was very interesting, but in the end, I saw like your biggest driver, Roy Schouten, made a little bit of an error. Was it getting wetter in the end, or what was happening in the last few laps? Because I saw a lot of people having struggles, except you actually. So.
Yeah, after the pit stop, I think 1 lap after that it started raining again, and then I had a 2.5 second gap, and you don't really know how much grip there is on the racing line and off the racing line when it starts raining. So I was taking it easy up and just waiting for Roy to catch up to me, because I knew he had to take a bit more risk trying to catch up. Yeah. And I think 1 corner he went off slightly, lost a couple seconds, and that gave me some breathing room, and I think he spun later. But at the end it was really tough conditions in the dry tires, because it was completely wet. It was really hard to keep the car straight. Even in the final kink up the hill, it was hard to keep the car straight.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw a lot of people like a bit sliding with the rear, and it was actually very cool to see. But you saw people were driving their asses off, if you can say that on a broadcast. But yeah, another question from you, Yuri. You're making your debut tonight actually. What do you think of WCSLeague? Because you're new, you already won. What do you think about the competition, the car in general, and everything?
I haven't seen too much yet. It's locked setup, and I didn't really dislike the setup. It feels pretty good. But Jason got me in and I started practicing yesterday, and yeah, it's been good so far.
Yeah, and we
I think the pace that some people set in quali and in practice is pretty high, but now in the race, it was really tough conditions.
Yeah.
So some people struggled, but Roy's quarter behind me was going really fast. I was really struggling to keep the gap of about a second.
Yeah, that's true. I think we have a good, nice grid, and you came up out on top today, so that's actually pretty impressive stuff. But yeah, of course, we don't know what would have happened if it was dry, of course. But yeah, this win you already have, and that's very good. And I actually don't have any more questions. It's very good. You were here, you won, and we hope to hear more from you in the future. We shall see. But for today, I think everybody could be proud. Mr. Muscat could be proud. You won for his team. So
yeah, that was the aim, getting some good points for his team.
Yeah, well,
I think Jason finished P4 as well, so he did a good job as well.
Yeah, he finished in P4 after a good battle with David Baranek. But he lost a bit after he went off, so yeah, those things happen. But it was quite a good race from the whole team, so that's good. So yeah, let's give you now the time to prepare for race 2. We will see what you can do from P10 in race 2.
Alright, thanks.
Good luck.
Good luck in the broadcast.
Thanks.
User left your channel.
So we've got 2 interviews now. Already been done, so very interesting to hear like somebody like Yuri, because he's new. What kind of guy is he? Yeah, the voice. What kind of voice does he have? And yeah, but it sounded like he was really happy he won, and he said it was quite difficult, of course, and we can see in the broadcast it is quite difficult, but he made it look very easy. So very interesting what will happen in race 2. We're going to wait a few minutes before we will going into race 2. So I'm going to mute myself for a moment. You will get some nice footage from the warm-up session. And we're back for commentary. We're about to advance to race 2, where we start with 24 drivers. So we're just waiting for the for everybody to line up. It will not be long now. So as we see some people making some last minute adjustments, and some people are trying to do some practice starts, but in the end it is what it is now, and we're going to advance to the race pretty soon. Everybody's about to lining up now. We're waiting for everybody to join. Now I'll give you live footage. So Daniel Hut is already standing. But next to him it will be Jack Mayer. Interesting first row. Can they hold on to it for the laps? And we're off for the formation lap from race 2. So, in pole position for race 2, it's Dan Hut, who got P10 in race 1. What can Dan Hut do? It's not his first pole position, but yeah, he looks to be stronger every race he drives. Next to him, it's the guy that pitted first of all the pitters in race 1 and now got P9 out of it. So P9 means he starts in P2 in race 2. I think Jack Mayer can do pretty well. Shane Burke. Will Shane Burke do the risky strategy if it goes on tires or not? We shall see later. With Konrad Siribits in P4. Great debut from him. Can he get a podium at this debut weekend? Wesley Stefano in P5. How will his tires last is the question. Matthew Williams wants to be, of course, very good in race 2, because, well, race 1 was not that good. Jason Muscat in P7. What can he do? Can he get points back from Royce Totten? David Baranek now is in P8 with Royce Totten in P9 and Yuri Kasdab in P10. With Gary De Vries in P11, with Sherwin van der Sloot in P12, with Jor Roy Versal, Rocket Versal, Rocket Boat Versal, ever you want to name him, he's it all. Roy Versal in P13, with Ryan S in P14, with Adam Osgood in P15. Can he get another P15 or higher maybe? The guy from with the Turkish license. With Eric Stanford in P16, with Niranjan Kumar in P17. Niranjan would hope on some good points, because if he doesn't score again, it will be a nightmare for him. With Roland Hood in P18, with Josh Downer in P19, with Joshua Jones in P20, with Tristan Potter in P21, with Rink Hoekstra in P22, with Fabian Rode in P23, and Peter Jones, last one, P24. Everybody's lining up. We're only missing Tobias Olsen, who is not starting after a huge crash in race 1. So everybody is lining up. It's very interesting what will happen. You never know what will happen. But everybody's nearly lining up. Clear the engines. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're waiting and we're off. Downhill has got a good start. Jack Mayer has a lot of wheel spin, but it looks okay. We're waiting for everybody, and Dan still leads into turn 1. Waiting for that. Turn 1 will be turn 2. Will everybody get around it? Oh, looks pretty good. Oh, I think Chris, it's Conrad's here a bit. Crashes, and I think he crashes with one of the Multiforce. Conrad is out. Chris, did he crash with one of the Multiforce? I think he crashed with Yuri. So there's always something happens. Yeah, and I think it's Yuri. So it's Dan Hut still leading for Jack Mayer, and look at the lead they got on Jason Muscat. Jason Muscat is now in P3 with Shane Berg in P4 and Roy Skelton already in P5. On board. Oh, we've got a spinner! Dan Hut off! Dan Hut is off! He spun it. Oh, and it's already battling very hard. Roy Vazel and Matthew Williams. Oh, they're going to try so hard. And Matthew Williams aquaplanes a bit. He loses a bit of grip. Now he's in P9. This is not the best weekend of all for Matthew Williams. First lap is always a bit of chaos, but this is of course one we will remind. Dan Hut spun out of the lead. Oh, this is so interesting what all happens here. Yuri Kastorp has a problem, and now we've got a problem for one of the performance cars. Oh, who was that? Was it Stefano or was it Roy Vazel? It was Stefano, I think, with a mistake. Oh, Matthew Williams is trying something next to just down and nearly lose it is. Oh, and Dan Hut in the wall. It's so slippery. You can see it on board with Dan. He doesn't have the control. And look at Adamos go. Look at Adamos go. Inside, outside. He's going to try it. Oh, will he do it? Oh no, he's going off. And Rusty's going off as well. It's so wet. Roy Vazel off. And now he's going to be battled by Just Downer. Just Downer is trying it, but he can't do it. This is crazy stuff in race 2. He's going to try Just Downer to P5 and he does it. But the undercut of Roy Vazel. Roy Vazel still there. No, he doesn't, because Just Downer closed the door. And after one lap lead, we have got Jack Mayer. Can he do it? Jack Mayer is in the lead with 2.5 seconds on Jason Muscat. With Roy Skelton in P3. Shane Berg in P4. Just down in P5. And the big question is now, who is on which tires? Where is Jack Mayer on? Is he on wets or on dries? Which tires are working now the best? Are the dries working the best, or is it the wet tire working the best? There are so many question marks. It's very interesting what will happen. You can have people not having the right tire at the moment, but in 5 laps it will be the right tire. It will be very interesting, but Jack Mayer doesn't care. After 2 laps he will still lead. He does an amazing job. So after 2 laps, Jack Mayer first line, but currently the fastest lap. But how long will he hold it? Jason Muscat already is faster. Roy Skelton in P3, Shane Berg in P4, just down at P5. Vazel P6, Niranjan Kumar already in P7. That's amazing what he has done. With Williams in P8, Baranek P9, Hut P10. Yuri Kastorp already in P11 with Sharon Willislow in P12. Wesley Stefano P13 after I think a moment off. And Adam Moscow P14. Tristan Portas for now having the last position. Peter Jones already in P16, so he's pretty good after a DNF in race 1 with Eric Stammer P17, Ron P18, Gerrit de Vries P19, Joshua Jones P20, and he spins! It's not the day of Joshua Jones. He's so unlucky. I think this race. And Rink Hoekstra now P21, Ryan S P22, Fabian Rudder in at P23, and Conrad Sirbi, our first retirement after that huge crash into turn 2. But I heard driver is okay. What is not is okay is that Jack Mayer made a mistake, and now he's got Scholten and Muscat both on his tail. Oh no, because Muscat already passed, Scholten already passed, I think Jack Mayer is on the wrong tire now, but it's only for now. He makes too much mistakes, and Scholten has a run. Scholten has a run on Muscat. What will happen? Who will go inside? Who will go outside? Rowie will go inside. He will get it. He will get it. He will get it. Inside. This is a 1-2. Yes. Ooh, they touch. They touch. They touch. Muscat tries to get in. Tries to get in. No. Scholten does it. Scholten leads now from Muscat. Can Muscat come back? Oh, some problems out of the corner. So Scholten leads. And then it's Muscat, and then it's Mayer, and then it's Burke, with now just Downard in P5. Just Downard is driving a good race, but Roy Vazel is looking good. And Juri Kastrop already is in P9 again. I've got Peter Jones now in P15, so he got P15, but he made the mistake. I'm not sure. I will see, so, change, no. We have an overtake from Baranek on Downward, and Baranek makes it, no, he doesn't make a stick, undercut. Baranek goes up, this is 1 place, this is 2 places, this is 3 places. And now Roy Vazel has a slipstream on Yuri. Yuri has a slipstream as well. Can Roy Vazel overtake Yuri here? Double slipstream. Will it happen? 3 wide! 3 wide! Can he do it? They try! And yes! Donuts saw it! And he got 2 places back! And Baranek needs to go rallying! But he was more or less forced to do so! And Downhut is there, and Downhut says, hey, what are you doing, guys? I want to have some fun as well. Oh, that was amazing! 3 wide, yeah, 3 wide, of course. That can go right, you would say, and it nearly went wrong, but it went quite okay. So, luckily we didn't miss that. And Peter Jones is 16 again. But for now, it looks like Muscat can follow Roy Scholten pretty easily. Schimberg now is in P3. Could he get P3 then? But Jack Mayer, a little bit having problems with the rear. He's losing time again and again, and now might lose P4 to Matthew Williams. Oh, they're trying very hard. Oh, you see Matthew Williams looking, but he can't do it. If he wants something, he needs to get the inside. While the group behind is going mental as well. But I believe Matthew Williams will overtake. Yeah, he will overtake Mayer now. Obviously, nearly 3 wide again. No. So Yuri's in. Yuri runs wide, and again off. And just down it says, yes, okay. This is fun. Just Downut knows what he's doing. Oh, and we've got a crasher, and it's Downut, and he nearly hits Baranek. But no, he didn't. Downut is out! No, Downut is out, so no points for Downut. But he crashed pretty hard. I believe his suspension was bent. So we got another retirement. This race is like amazingly exciting. Wow. And just now in P8 I can't follow these guys. Then Downard is there, then Downard is there, then Kastrup is there, then Kastrup is off. Yeah. And if everybody thinks, well, that commentator should be in a mental institution, yeah, I agree. That commentator, which you're already listening on for the last hour, should definitely be in a mental institution. Who should not be in a mental institution is, of course, Roy Scolton, because Roy Scolton has a new fastest lap and a 3-second lead on Jason Muscat. So it looks pretty decent for Roy Scolton. It looks okay for Jason Muscat, because I think if he can get another podium, he will be quite happy. He runs right, actually. Shane Burke now in P3, but Matthew Williams is going to spoil Shane's party for a race 2 and the 3rd position, I fear. Jack Mayer still in P5. He lost out to 4 people, but it looks like he more or less is good for P5. But we shall see what Roy Visalanders can do. Well, we have a battle there. We've got a battle for P10. It's Adam Osgour. And Osgour next to Just Downward. Oh, a little bit of touching, Oh, and another one. Kumar passes. And Stefano passes. Oh. He pushed a bit off by Stefano. So Just Downward from P5, from P6, now is into P12. Oh, interesting. Oh, we've got a spinner. No, we don't have a spinner. It's so slippery. You can see, if you're on board with Just Downward, how tricky it is. Well, now we got in the top 15 also Peter Jones, Eric Stanford and Roland Hutt. So Dan Hutt is out, but now gives the 15th place to his father. We shall see what will happen. And Matthew Williams is already in P3. He just passed when we were not around, but we were just getting in there. He was just passing Shane for P3. It's interesting. Can he then go to Jason Muscat? If Matthew Williams gets P2, then it will be it will save his weekend. So it will be very interesting. Somebody going right, but it's sensible. But for now, it looks like nobody can threaten Roy Scolton. And I think the only one that could have done so was Yuri Kastrop, and he was caught out in an incident and is still driving in P5. So this is very interesting, of course. He still is in P5, so he can again score some great points for Malta Force. Got a 10-second lead over Jason Muscat. Did Roy Scolton then gamble on tires and just made the right call? This will be very interesting, and we should ask him afterwards when he finishes the race. We now have 9 laps completed. Or 8 laps completed. Yes, and Jason Muscat will struggle because Matthew Williams is getting close, and even Shane Burke is getting close. So can Shane Burke then get onto the podium of the expense of Jason Muscat? I'm not so sure if Jason Muscat is on the right strategy, because he's losing a lot in comparison of Roy Scolton, much more than I would normally agree on what will happen. So maybe Muscat is on the wrong tires, but we shall see. But for now it looks like status quo. There's nothing lost, nothing gained by Matthew Williams. There's only a few laps to go. Oh, somebody's chatting to me. Jason Muscat sets the fastest lap, so that's very interesting. But he's getting beaten by Matthew Williams, of course. Timbrook 94. Jury still in P5. Roy in P6. Roy result is Baranek. Still a top 7 after third position would be pretty good. So Adam Muscat in P8. What a race he is driving! Adam was good in P8. I thought maybe 1 or 2 points, or maybe 3 or 4 could go his way, but for now it looks like an amazing job for Adam, but let's not jinx it. Leandon in P9, that would be pretty good after his first race. Was he Stefano in P10? Jack Mayer P11, Peter Jones down in P3, P12, but it is a big group of cars behind it. Oh, Roland Hart, Tristan Potters. Very funny, and I think Josh Downard is also a guy that's on the wrong strategy because he's getting past now. He's getting past like he's standing still. He's trying everything. Now Tristan is trying. No. Look, he doesn't have any grip. Just, I think this is the problem with Josh Downard. He's on the wrong strategy, and it looked like he was on the right strategy, but maybe that was only the beginning, not in the end. And a new fastest lap for Roy Skelton. He doesn't take it easy, no. He wants to have the fastest lap as well. So with 2 laps to go, Roy Skelton still leads. Oh, but the battle for P2 is very interesting. I'm not the one that wants to call it. And the fastest lap goes to Yuri Kasdorp. So it's getting drier and drier. We shall see who got the fastest lap in the end. But it's clear to say that I think Roy Skelton will win the race in the end, unless he makes a mistake. But we shall see. Well, we've got a battle between Matthew Williams and Jason Muscat, and Matthew Williams passed for P2. Yes, and Jason Muscat can't do anything to fix that. So for now, it's Racing Team Skelton first, Eden is P2 and Malta Force P3. With 1 lap to go for Roy Skelton, he starts his final lap. Matthew Williams looks quite good now for P2 and Jason Muscat for P3. Shane Berg in P4. Jude Kasdorp quickly P5. Is there anything nice? Not yet. It's Roy Versal in P6 with David Baranek in P7. It's a good fight between P8, between Adam Osgood and Iran and Kumar, with Wesley Stefano now in P10, Jack Mayer in 11, Peter Jones P12. Ronald Hutt would be happy with P13, I think, with Eric Stanford in P14, and a great battle between Garrett de Vries and Tristan Potter for P15. And Tristan said to me, I don't want to be P16, this is my worst fear, because I finished there 2 weeks ago. I don't want to be P16 again. So he wants that point, but Garrett wants it as well. While we see Niranjan is overtaking Adam. Oh! And a bit of a wiggle. But it's a wiggle from Niranjan, so Adam got Niranjan now. But we're now waiting for Roy Skelton. Will he do it? He will do it. We're waiting for him, and he's winning it, and he's got it. Roy Skelton wins race 2. of the WCS Meganes. Matthew Williams 2, Jason Miska 3, Shane Burke is P4. We're waiting for Yuri Kassar being P5. Yuri Kassar is in and gets the fastest lap, with Roy Vassal now finishing P6. David Baranek P7. Adam Osgood gets P8. My man of the race, Adam Osgood. Leandian P9. Wesley Stefano. And P10. Peter Jones, we're waiting for him. He's getting 11th place after a DNF in race 1. We're waiting for him. Peter Jones is in now and gets points. Jack Mayer in P12 after a difficult race. Roland Hurts in P13. Gerrit de Vries gets a point. And Erik Stenver gets a point. Or not. Tristan gets the last point. And Erik Stenver is in P16. But your winner from race 2, it's Roy Scotton. And we're now going to interviews quite soon. Just waiting for the last people to get here. So that was interesting. Waiting for people to be lining up for the interviews. And we already have a first
User
guy
was
that wants to
moved
be
to your
interviewed.
channel.
Hello, Shane.
Hello.
That was an amazing race too. You took a gamble, I think, and it nearly paid off.
Yeah. Stayed on slicks. Seen a few guys. I think it was. Oh, actually, very little people went on wet, I believe. I think Jack was on wets, and you could see that wasn't the right choice on lap 3, I think, when he really lost a lot of time to a few of us on slicks. But top job to Roy. He was so quick, came up beside me, and I was like, there's no point of battling him. He's just so quick. And the same with Matthew, was just like, the speed them guys had was crazy. I just tried hanging in there that if one of them went off or spun, I could take advantage, but there was no point of battling them hard. I just couldn't keep up with them. But really fun race.
Yeah. How hurt are you that you're not on the podium? Because you had a chance actually, and you were quite close.
I don't know, for the kind of situation I put in where I just dragged in basically half an hour before qualifying. I don't mind, and I was beaten by proper good guys, so I don't mind that much. But it is a little bit disappointing that it was there, and I seen the second and third battle, and I was kind of praying that just maybe they'll go off or something, but they're top drivers, so no chance.
So would this mean we will see you back in the future to claim a podium?
For sure. I didn't really hear much about this championship, but after doing this round, I'll be sure doing hopefully most of them.
That's very cool, and yeah, of course you got great points today. I think you should be proud on yourself. This is a big league with a lot of good drivers, and yeah, you were there and you mastered the conditions pretty well. Of course, there were some with more experience than you, so in that, if you look at that, you did quite okay today, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, let's not steal more of your time, Shane. So we bring others in as well. And now we'll bring in
User
Josh
was
Downard.
moved to your channel.
Hello, Josh.
Hello.
Well, what's your story
User left your channel.
of today's race?
Just, I don't know, really
Hello.
annoying, really.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened in race 1. Oh yeah, I was fighting for like P9 and then just completely lost it out of turn 3. Fired into a wall and then had a 300-second pit stop.
Oh.
So that wasn't fun. And then race 2, I mean P19 to P5 by lap 2. But then I was on wet tyres, so it was just, it dried out way quicker than I thought it would. And there was just no grip at all. And even at the end I tried to go on strides to like set a fastest lap, but I just didn't have time to do a lap. So generally annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I think you made a wrong call, but yeah, it could easily have been the right call. But I think
Yeah.
you agree with me. If it would have rained, then yeah, you would be king. And I think, this is like I'm a commentator, but I'm a sim racing driver as well, and I know exactly how you feel. If you want to have success, you need to take a risk. Now it went the wrong way, but it could easily go the right way, and then you would have been the king. We would have been talking about you, and I think I've got big respect. You at least tried. We saw you you slipping down, but yeah, that was not because of your driving. It was just because there was no grip out of the tires. So yeah, so I'm very happy we spoke to you today, and yeah, just go on, and I'm sure you will get podiums and wins later on. Just do the right thing, and sometimes just gamble, I would say, because
That's the idea.
if you're you can get it wrong 5 times, but the 6th time you will have it spot on, and you will be the king, and everybody will talk about you. So yeah, just keep it up, and for the next time. So thanks for being here.
That's right. Thanks.
And we're now going on to the next one. Yeah, it's
User
quite
left your
busy.
channel.
We're bringing in Roy, and it's
User
Roy
now-
moved to your channel.
and he was a bit saying something, so I'm not sure what you were saying, Roy. Versal.
Hey, wake up.
Yeah. How were your races today?
Bad, especially the first one. I mean, first of all, I got a very good qualifying. When I crossed the checkered flag, I was in P3 on only like 30 thousandths of a second from pole position, so I was really happy and enjoyable. But then Roy Scroton crossed the line, and he took pole by I think it was about 2/10, and then Wesley crossed the line and he took it by 1 second or something, so the track was drying, and so yeah, fortunately it cost me a few places, but it was really fun. After that, in turn 1, there was an incident with Dan Hutt. He had a spin or something and he blocked the road. Fortunately, I was the first one to block, and yeah, well, cost me a lot of damage, a lot of positions, and unfortunately, I got a brake problem as well. My brake pedal got stuck, and
we actually saw that. We actually saw that on live when we were on board. So yeah, we were screaming on the broadcast like, "Oh, problems!" And actually, that's what we saw. So yeah, you could
the
fix
car
it.
suddenly stopped accelerating some points, and that was really strange. For the second race, I changed my dead zone for the brake pedal, and it seemed to be solved. So that helped me. But my first race was destroyed by it, and then the pit stop I tried to fix my damage as well. I was hoping that it was not taking too long, but it took more than 20 seconds, like 25 seconds, to repair all my damage. Yeah, so I knew it was hard to fight for the my P8 goal what I had after my start incident.
Yes, so very
But
good.
it was really difficult with all those changing conditions, but it was fun. We had a big turnout today with 25 drivers. That was really fun to see. It was great to see all those guys and all those different teams who showed up.
Yeah, I wanted to
Very
ask
great.
you about that. 25 drivers in race 1 and 24 in race 2. Some
Yep.
returning names, but also some new names like Yuri Kasdorp winning a race, but also Konrad Zeribiek, who did also pretty decent stuff. Are you, as a admin of WCSLeague, you happy to see that?
Yes, definitely. With Yuri, I had a few battles, and he won for race 1, which he did very good. I mean, he came and he saw and he won it. So that was epic. I mean, it's difficult, especially in those conditions. And he already did some practice with those cars, of course. But yeah, well, it's special to see someone joining new and win his first race in those series and those conditions. That's very special, and yeah, hopefully we see him back in the series again for Malta Force Racing, and yeah, he would be yeah, a great championship contender. And in race 2 I had some battles with him. We had a few contacts as well. But yeah, well, that's racing, you know.
Yeah, very true. Thanks, Roy Verzaal, for your time. But we're going to leave you. We're going to go to the other Roy, the winner of race 2 and well, second of race race 1.
Thank you for the broadcast.
Of
To
course.
your channel.
So we're now saving the best for last, like the driver did as well. He finished on the podium in race 1, but he won race 2, and that's not the first time he wins the second race of the evening. It's Roy Schouten. Hello, Roy.
Good evening, Menno.
Hello. Well, and good evening, everybody, you should say. How were your races? Well, of course, you did amazing, but tell us how it was inside the car.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, but it was hard work tonight with all the rain and the chasing conditions, because especially race 2, we knew it was going to be dry, so I think we all started on the dry tires, at least most of us. And that was pretty slidey at the first few laps, but I decided to make my way up and pass people pretty easily, and I just felt so good with the car in the rain, and I was able to make some distance to the guys behind me, and when I had the 10-second lead I just decided to cruise it out. Still, it was pretty hard those last few laps, because I also wanted to have the fastest lap, which I didn't in the end, unfortunately. But the win is the main result and the main goal, and I'm very happy with that. Race 1 was very hard. I was just so happy that finally I didn't lose my pace during the race, because that's been happening the last few races here. So I finally found something in which I can build upon with this car, which makes me a little bit faster, I hope, for the next races as well. And for me it can rain every time, because I'm doing pretty well in those conditions.
Yeah, sounds good. And in terms of the championship, how happy are you? Because you finished ahead of Muscat, and from everybody else you finished ahead of Matthew Williams. The only one that beat you in race 1 was Yuri, but Yuri is not a championship contender for now. So how does that feel then?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. For sure, I'm back in the lead now, which always is a good thing. Last season I had to chase, and this season I want to be chased. And yeah, especially the Drivers' Championship is going very well. I think this will definitely help me, with the other guys having some trouble getting up. But from the team perspective, Niranjan didn't have that good of a race, which is kind of a shame, so there's work to do there.
Very true. So that looks all good. Well, Roy, thanks for this amazing interview, and keep this up, and then we will have a nice championship battle between you and some others, if at least the others perform. No doubt you will perform in the next rounds. So yeah, this is the end of the broadcast, which already is deep into 2 hours. So yeah, in a few weeks we are back. In 2 weeks we are back at with the WCS Mégane at Guangdong, if I pronounce that correctly. Then we have round 4 of this amazing Mégane championship. But first we will have the WCS GP on Laguna Seca next week. So that's of course also very good to see what happens in that series. But for now I will thank everybody who watched today and could stand to listen to me for the duration of 2 hours. So I'm thanking everybody. Yeah, that actually was it. I'm really tired after 2 hours of talking, but the excitement helped a lot to say a lot of things that well, didn't make sense. So I'm thank everybody, and we will see each other soon. Bye bye.